Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. And today we are covering the biggest question in the Black Clover community, and that's regarding Asta's relationship with the anti-magic devil. Just who exactly is the anti-magic demon? What is his backstory, or where did he come from? So in this video I will harness the power of balls deep prediction magic, of course, by using the mana you all provided me, as we are one powerful community. I mean, holy shit, I cannot believe how supportive you all are. You absolutely smashed the 20,000 like goal and gave us 30,000 in the last video. We surpassed our limits just like Yami told us to. So, can we break our limits again and hit 30,000 likes in this video? Also, hit the notification button on the channel because we cover anime on a weekly basis. We also created a Discord, by the way, where we all play games, chat about anime, and discuss theories. You also may end up in a video via shout out if you're active on it and talk to me. I mean, just look what happened yesterday.
Hi everyone.
Oh my god, is that balls?
What the fuck was that? Anyway, I am going to explain all the evidence regarding the anti-magic demon and apply all of these clues to every single theory the community has, all into one ultimate video that you need to share with everyone. This will be a series on the channel. This is part 1. Part 2 will be next week, so be sure to come back. So let me list all the theories we have as a community, and some of these are wild. Number 1, Asta is half devil or half angel or both. Number 2, Asta was experimented on, which caused him to gain the devil. Number 3, Asta and the demon are like Naruto and Kurama, where his parents made it so and created a contract. Number 4, Asta and the anti-magic demon are total nobodies. Number 5, the devil is Asta's father. Number 6, Asta is part of the royal guard family that protects Yuno that gained the devil. Number 7, the anti-magic demon is a fallen angel. Number 8, AMD is Asta Roth, one of the former Duke Kings of the underworld who is trying to gain his throne back. Number 9, anti-magic demon is sealing Asta's magic. Number 10, Asta is an otherworldly human from another realm. Number 11, Asta's mana was sacrificed to be with the anti-magic demon. And number 12, Asta is Dante's son. Now obviously some of these theories can be combined together to create the plot, such as number 3, 6 and 11 combined. This would create a cohesive plot which makes sense. Whilst on the other hand, some of these theories can be debunked so easily, and you guessed it, that don't make no sense. However, I wanted to address all the community in this series, as we cannot forget, guys, being the Wizard King holds a lot of responsibility. Thank you for tweeting me fan art. Thank you for buying my Wizard King merch. I mean, even Asta is amazed looking at me, my bling bling. I got both the prediction magic, I got the mana with your support. It's fantastic. I'm going nuts. So let's start with all the evidence we have regarding Asta, his parents, and the anti-magic demon in his 5-leaf grimoire, which will apply to every single theory that I just mentioned, and it's all facts that we have so far. Everything I'm about to mention is facts. So by the end of the video, be sure to comment which theory makes the most sense to you once I clarify everything, and what should be featured in part 2. Fact number 1, Lucifer in chapter 243 stated to Dante when asked about Asta's demon that he does not know who he is and presumes that the anti-magic demon must be of lower class and a nobody due to the nature of his magic, calling it paltry. Even Dante doesn't know who Asta is and was surprised that he had devil possession. It's also worthy to note that Lucifer does not seem to know that Zagreid is dead. However, he does have knowledge he left the underworld 500 years ago, so that heavily highlights the fact that the anti-magic demon must be a nobody that no one cares about. Number 2, when Asta killed Zagreid in chapter 212, the anti-magic demon talked to Zagreid. However, even he said he didn't know who the hell Asta's demon was. Furthermore, AMD called Zagreid his elder, which 100% confirms the hierarchy system in the underworld, as well as the fact that the anti-magic demon has a grudge against the people on top. This is because he states oh shit, I messed up, guys. Let me restart that. But he says, like you even need to know who I am. No matter how strong or incredible you are, you lost and now you're gonna disappear. Goodbye, loser. So we can interpret from this that the anti-magic demon wants to prove to the underworld of demons that his magic is not paltry or weak like they assumed it to be, like Lucifer did. The anti-magic demon is just like Asta in terms of how society treated them for the nature of who they are. In a sense that he has anti-magic, which basically equals to no magic, and therefore he's definitely been rejected by his own kind. We know this because the word soul devil himself mentions a pecking order of sorts, and in context he's talking to the anti-magic devil, implying that there are devils who are higher up than others, and chances are the devils rank each other just like humans do, and thus they are discriminated against all the same. The third piece of evidence is Asta's headband. The design on it is clearly linked to the underworld because it's the same marking of the demon god that Licht became, as well as the markings on Dante's forehead for some reason. Maybe Tabata did this for some sort of foreshadowing on Asta's future reveal. The fourth point is in chapter 97. The anti-magic devil said he was closer to Asta than anyone this whole time, and it proves he can see everything Asta sees from the inside. He asked Asta if he needs help to kill the human, and he has showcased that ability multiple times that he sees what Asta is seeing. This statement has an infinite amount of interpretations because it gives even more evidence that Asta's demon is stating this because he has witnessed the same discrimination Asta receives from the Clover Kingdom for being lower class and having no magic just like him. Therefore, they have the same ultimate goal of gaining acknowledgement by the world that they are from by becoming the Wizard King or King of Demons per se. Or, you know, in other interpretations, it could mean that the demon is Asta's father who fell into despair, or the anti-magic demon helped create Asta. Something really mind-blowing that would make the community go insane. The fifth point of evidence that no one can deny is the fact that the anti-magic demon specifically chose the 5-leaf grimoire that has the swords to make his plan for revenge come true. In chapter 208, Nero confirmed that the anti-magic demon is the one that made Licht's sword magic become anti-magic, and the swords are all named specifically with the concept to destroy demons. How is that a coincidence, fam? How? Demon Destroyer sword, Demon Dweller sword, and Demon Slayer sword? I mean, how can this be a coincidence when it actually fits the narrative perfectly that the anti-magic demon wants revenge on the other demons, which again he recently told Asta in chapter 246. The AMD must have chosen these swords on purpose as it would allow the wielder of the grimoire to harness his powers perfectly. Now, point number 6 comes from Dorothy, as she explained to Noelle in chapter 222 that her mother was cursed by a demon named Megicula, which caused her to die 16 years ago. Devils from the underworld cannot come to this world unless there's some sort of anomaly. Mages can use forbidden magic to form a contract with them by paying a price of some sort to use their power in a limited way. Now, obviously, people are gonna point out the narrative theory that Asta's parents must have made a contract for him to receive the AMD and get revenge on the people that caused this suffering and be this Napoleon type savior. They planned for Asta to utilize the AMD to harness his power to save the world. Oh my god, this sounds just like Naruto. I'm gonna rage in the comments now. But, you know, I guess most of you don't want that Naruto you are my friend shit, right? You are my friend! And before you say it, no, Asta is not cursed. This is not why he is mannerless or has a mutation or the anti-magic demon. This is because in chapter 223, Gordon's father checked Asta with his magic and said he has no abnormalities. They even checked the curse finder map, which gave them knowledge on the Heart Queen's problem of her curse, and if Asta was cursed, he would appear on this map just like her, but he didn't. Moving forward, let's talk about chapter 197 when Asta first saw Zagrid. This is when all human beings didn't have a clue demons existed. However, Asta claims that he gets the feeling that he knows it already. Does this mean Asta is part of the other world, which makes him feel familiar with devils? Or is it because the anti-magic demon knew of Zagrid but no one knows him as he was shunned in the underworld for being an inferior demon, right? I mean, we know for a fact that having devil magic can mean that you detect others, since the Heart Queen got cursed and said so that she has this ability. Even in chapter 230, the captain of the Candelo instantly knew Asta was a devil user, so Asta could be applying this ability just like them. Furthermore, Zagrid states in chapter 203 that his otherworldly magic is a spell that devours life, and there is no way of stopping it. It leeches magic and life force out of Yami's hand. In chapter 206, Zagrid says that the magic from the other world swallows magic from this one. Now, we know mana is connected to life force, so when Asta completely falls into Zagrid's magic but comes out unharmed, no one knows why. Is it because he is magicless? Is it because he is from the other world? Or was it because the anti-magic demon was helping him? we have to wait and see, because even the characters don't come to a solid conclusion on why that happened. In fact, the opposite occurred. In chapter 197, page 16, the word magic devil says that the other devil isn't resonating with my magic, as Asta's magic resonated with Zagred's devil, which allowed him to further push his anti-magic even further. Coming to point number 9 is regarding Sekri when she was Nero. In chapter 208 and 205, she confirms that she doesn't know how the anti-magic demon got into Lake's grimoire. She was protecting the book for 500 years, but initially fell asleep when she transformed into a bird due to using forbidden magic. This is the only opportunity that we know so far where the anti-magic demon could have gone inside the book without her knowledge. However, we just learned in chapter 203 that Lucifer knew of Zagred leaving the underworld 500 years ago, as he made his plan of reincarnation in chapter 205, meaning the anti-magic demon could have also left 500 years ago to enter the book when she was asleep. The anti-magic devil needs a person with no mana to incarnate himself into the human world. So either he simply waited for a magicless vessel and found Asta by pure coincidence, or he knew of Asta becoming his only possible vessel by manipulating the situation. Remember that Asta was about to fall into despair himself until Yuno came and saved him. The AMD found him due to Asta feeling that and being manaless. Plus, users only get their grimoire when they are 15. So when Asta manifested it, Nero must have been shocked, like looking for where it went. In fact, in chapter 209, Nero had to find the book again and where Asta was, where she admits that she approached him to use him for her plan to revive the first Wizard King to stop the devil. Asta's grimoire teleported to him, so Nero could not have been protecting it at all times. Plus, she would need to sleep and shit, maybe mate with other birds. I don't know what this bitch does, but how would Tabata explain on why Asta was able to teleport the book to his side like a dimension if this wasn't the case? This explains even more why Nero was unaware of a demon, as he likely manipulated a future she wasn't aware of and therefore slipped in without her knowing. Now, this is all because of point number 10, boys and girls. The only way the anti-magic demon can possibly get a vessel was to possess Asta, because he is manaless. If he tried to escape the underworld without a manaless person, they would straight up die due to his very nature being anti-magic. I mean, when Julius held Asta's sword, he said it was draining all his mana and it was quite difficult. This is the Wizard King we are talking about here. A godlike being that Tabata said, oh shit, I need to write this bad boy off the show because he's too OP and the next arc needs to make sense. Fact number 11 is that Asta was left at the church at the same time as Yuno with spade clothing. His mother or father must have named him. In chapter 242, his mother died by the same wound as Gorsh, which triggered a memory as history is repeating itself. This means that chronologically, for the timeline to make sense, Asta's mother must have died in the Spade Nation betrayal the Socrates family did to end up at the church at the same time with Yuno. If you want a detailed step-by-step analysis, then you need to follow our channel on a weekly basis by hitting that notification button, because even though I've explained all of this so far, the other videos go into even more details about theories such as the light triad concept. Now, as I said, I will do part 2. So let's get to 30,000 likes and comment below which theories out of the 12 that I mentioned at the start that should be covered next week. But guess what, guys? This wasn't even my final form, because there is even more evidence. Moving on to point number 12. Another fact is that Asta's anti-magic seems to kill life force such as flowers in chapter 96. Even in volume 16.5, in the cover we clearly see the duality of Asta and Yuno, where Asta represents the Qlifoth tree of death and Yuno the tree of life, which is based on the Kabbalah. This proves even more that mana is connected to life force, as the flowers die when Asta transforms with the anti-magic mana power. The rock beneath Yuno is lively and green, while the rock beneath Asta is barren and dry. Doesn't this evidence link to why he could survive Zagred's magic? For example, in chapter 205, we learned through Sekri that using forbidding magic causes you to pay a price and cease to be human. Zagred says, she's paying a price to... Wait, let me try to do his voice. She's paying a price to... Oh my god, I can't do his voice. Let me try, guys.
Several months later.
She's paying no heed to the kickback of using forbidden magic. Even Lumiere tells Sekri that she will lose her humanity. Later on, Julius comes and confirms the concept of Weg magic. Julius says that humans who venture too far into the other world develop Weg, a curse that shows a deep connection and is usually permanent. The only beings who do not pay a price are other devils. But as I said, Gordon's father confirmed that Asta isn't really cursed. So why does Asta not pay a price for his power unlike other devil users? This is a massive question and clue to the answer of his past, which I will feature in part 2 of this series. Anyway, now that I've mentioned Julius, point number 13 is my balls deep prediction magic. Julius knew about devils before everyone because he must have sent the Black Bolt spy and knows the truth about Asia's death from 16 years ago. That would also explain why he took such a keen interest in Asta from the very beginning, because he knew he was using Weg magic. Otherwise, how would he have this knowledge? This also explains why Julius specifically sent Asta to find the magic stones and nurtured the light triad into who they are, as they would face the dark triad in the future war. Julius must have got this knowledge from devils from somewhere. Yami says his predictions always come true, which only means his information is from the spy and gaining the truth of Noelle's mother, which made him investigate how it happened. Lastly, let's not forget that Asta's name can be derived from Asta Roth. Asta Roth in demonology is the great Duke of Hell in the first hierarchy with Lucifer, and he's part of the evil trinity, right? He is also showcased as one of the demons in the Clover tree of death that Dante mentioned in chapter 246, as this is part of the Kabbalah, which Tabata is heavily inspired from for his design and concept in these arcs. So the demon's name could be Roth, as it will combine into Asta Roth. If you want a deeper understanding and want to be on the same page as the rest of the community, I will link 2 videos in the pinned comment you need to watch. In conclusion of part 1 of this series, the most obvious factor is that the anti-magic devil is a reject, and so he might have felt it appropriate to go into a grimoire that Asta would soon receive, so that he could relate to someone for a change and destroy his enemies. That's just a possibility. He could totally not care about the sentiment, or Asta for that matter. As far as we know, he only wants to protect Asta to protect himself. But it would be a pleasant surprise to hear that the AMD just wanted to find someone like him. I'm not saying it's gotta be sappy, but I want to get to like the AMD as a character and not just be excited about finding out his backstory. Of course, for this to happen, he'd probably have to befriend Asta, or at least strike a deal with him to go on equal terms. And whilst this would be rather similar to Naruto and Kurama, I'm sure Tabata would find a way to make it original enough, or maybe even do something different altogether. Who knows? Tabata surprises us all the time, so we just have to wait and see. The idea that the AMD story is just like Asta, that he was born with low tier magic, or magic that others seems paltry and they rejected from it and they banished him to the human realm, and now he wants revenge, that is pretty evident. And he found this 5-leaf grimoire to reside in, and it's quite poetic that they are both the same. All of the possible theories I mentioned in the start could happen in Black Clover's story, but none of it's guaranteed, and for all we know, it could go into an entirely different direction. So please, can you smash that like button and comment below which theory should be covered in detail for part 2. Whatever Tabata ends up deciding to do, I have faith it will still be good and it will satisfy the fan base. Something tells me that he has a clear plan on how he's going to do this and how he's going to explain all the plot holes, and whatever you may be thinking, oh my god, this shit don't make no sense, bullshit prediction magic, blah 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 blah. I just used up all my mana for this video. Again, thank you guys for supporting the channel on a weekly basis. I hope you join us next week so I can cover the theories that you want me to do, because you guys are a great community. I love the support. Remember to join the Discord, earn a rank, and engage with us, and I'll see you guys next time.